Hello and welcome everybody for being here with me today. Thank you very much for following this video and hearing this very powerful message today. So, what I want to talk about, quite honestly, can be the hardest thing that you will ever do. And that's called embracing change. Embracing change to heal our bodies. Now, when I say healing, yes, I'm looking at this from an aspect of bigger healing of what we wish to heal, but also at the smallest level of healing. What would it mean to embrace our divine right, our ability to take one small step? Because as we know, it's not the big leaps that we have made within our life. It's the little steps that we took with consistency over and over and over and over again. So, wouldn't that be an aspect of embracing that change? And what's going to happen actually psychologically, what's going to happen inside of our minds is the subconscious mind is going to step into this space because the subconscious mind hates change. It doesn't want you to do anything different within your life. So even if healing was a result of that change, your subconscious mind's going to talk you out of it. And it's going to show up as um, doubt. So, for example, it is going to show up actually multiple different ways. The subconscious mind is really creative, it's really smart, it knows exactly how to stop you from making a change. And why do I know that your mind is really smart? Is because it's you. Your subconscious mind is you, and you are intelligent, you are brilliant, and you know every deep, dark, dirty little secret to get you to stop taking a step. Because that step is leading us to the unknown. The step is not a predictable factor within our lives as we're taking these steps. So now we're wanting to make a step towards healing. Now the mind may come in that moment and go, that's impossible. You can't do this. It's going to show up in all those ways, talking you out of making the change. And there may even show up as compassion, fooling itself as love, saying, oh, you don't have to make that move. You'll be all right. You'll be okay. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do these next steps that you are wanting to do, that you are led to with your inspiration. What's going to happen is anytime we want to make a shift, anytime we want to change into the beautiful space that we are, your mind's going to talk you out of it. So, what I would like to encourage you today is to embrace it. Recognize the change. So, step one is let's become aware of the change. Let's become aware of the shift in direction. Because if we keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, we're going to get the same results. And if anytime we do the same things over and over and over again and we expect a different result, that's insanity. Einstein told us that. So, what's really looking at it from this aspect is how can we take a look at changes? Oh, that's a step towards having me feel better. That's a step towards my whatever it is, my surrendering to the dis-ease or whatever's going on in your life. What if we could embrace that change to heal? And like I said, healing something much deeper than just the physical symptoms that we might be seeing in that space. What if we really took a step and maybe we don't even know where it's going to lead? But we took a step with trust, because that is the aspect of embracing change. Embracing change is surrendering to the change. Like Kurt Blackson said so beautifully in his book, Magic of Surrender, that when we take a step towards it, we may not even see where it's going to lead. And that subconscious mind may come in and say, I don't want to do that. We don't need to do that. And all this stuff. What if we really looked at that aspect, become aware of the voice coming in into that moment, and then we surrendered to it and said, you know what? I'm going to try. I trust that this may work. And if it doesn't work, I know it's going to lead me to this or something better. When we look at life in this way, so often we hold on with the death grip of our lives. We hold on so strong. Oh, it's got to be this way. It's got to go. It's got to be this in this direction. Blah, 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 and it's leading us to stress, frustration, fear, anger, shame, whatever it leads us to. It's leading us to a state of imbalance within our bodies, which then leads us to dis-ease within us, a disruption. But what if we looked at the next change that you were wanting to step towards and we opened our hands? This would mean following our intuition, becoming aware of the subconscious mind when it comes into this space and loving it and saying, oh, okay, I see where you're going. You know what? I'm going to keep looking until I get a nudge, until I get a pull in a specific direction. Have patience in this space. Everything I'm talking about is quite honestly some of the hardest things that we will ever do within our lives. But sometimes where that is where the answer is. The answer may not be lying out directly in front of us. The answer may be leading us to a step in a direction, a step in a shift of consciousness, a step in a new energy that we haven't really been embracing. Change doesn't happen all at once. Change happens with these small steps of 1%. And as we take these steps of 1% within our life, this leads us to a teacher. This leads us to a direction. This leads us to a different choice in our healing journey. And that small shift leads us to a quantum leap, a new reality, a new way of being. Maybe it leads us to more joy, more excitement, more love of self deeply from within. So how can we embrace change? So what I invite you to do is in this step, you take a look at where you've been avoiding something. So become aware of what you're avoiding, because that's usually the step that we need to take is what we are avoiding, and surrendering to it. Being open to listening to our intuition in that space. Being open to listening to a new way. So first step is to become aware. What am I avoiding? And the second step is surrender to what might come on. So with everything, you have the power within you to do this, to make this shift, to make this change. I love you all so much. If you found this video powerful, share it out with your friends. Share it out with somebody that you feel needs to hear this message today. So thank you so much for watching me, and we will see you all soon.